Good evening, folks. Welcome to another Saturday Live with Cliff, aka Fox It Outdoors, or the other way around, however you'd like to spin it. Oh, got the weird microphone comment mic thingy on the bottom. So I'm just going to sit here and mull around and probably get my beverages for tonight while I'm waiting for everybody to pop in. So this will be empty for a few seconds, but it won't be empty for too long. I'm just going to go walk 10 feet to get my stuff, and I'll be back momentarily. I'll continue to speak, even though probably nobody's going to hear me from way over there, but you never know. Might be able to hear me from way over here. Not two turtles and a dinosaur. Let's see. There's Mrs. or Mr. Nope, that is Mrs. Grace Martin. How's it going, Grace? Good to see you. Sorry, I stepped away for just a moment. I had to go get my beverage mix ready stuff because, yeah, having an off week and I just need something. Ugh. And I did eat. I had some chicken carbonara. I do not have any evidence left of it. I consumed the entire thing because I was starving. It was basically store-bought chicken carbonara in one of those little yellow bags and cooked it up on the stove and grubbed it like it was nobody's business. And there's a Mr. Jason. Good evening, Jason. Also, hello, Molly. And Grace, in your case, if he happens to be around, good evening, Michael. Good evening, Cecilia. Early today, I see. Awesome, awesome. Hope you're doing well. As I was just mentioning to Grace, I've already eaten. I had a big old plate of chicken carbonara. It was really tasty. And then I had a brownie. So I'm feeling kind of stuffed. Kind of stuffed. But I will be having my usual beverage tonight, probably two, because I have had a very just meh day. Good evening there, Des. How's it going? How you feeling? I'm having a moment. I've been having a moment since Tuesday. Oh, okay. Nice, nice. Well, my life is not a priority, but I appreciate you stopping by to say hi. And I'm glad you're doing well. Hope Dee Dee and Webb's Web doing all right over there. I just pour the water out right there. That's why I have a pot holder. And I'm just gonna get my drink started right away. Oh, you know what? Now, once you put that comment on there, then I realized who DD was. My brain was wasn't processing DD at first. I thought that was one of the random ladies that's on usually on your lives, and then my brain just processed that was actually that's Devil Dog. Like I said, I'm having a brain fart moment today. I've not been. Today's been off. Hey, obstacle! Super early today. Nice. Ah, gotcha. First Saturday of the month. Tech Talk. Understood. Understood. Yeah, no. Like I said, it took me a second there, Des, when you posted when you the fingers have a mind of their own and mix the letters. For some reason, after you wrote that, that's when my brain processed that was Devil Dog. I don't know I don't know where I'm going. What am I doing? Mind is my mind is elsewhere today. But on an absolute positive note, my freaking greenhouse is going crazy right now. Like It is going nuts. Oh, nice. Obstacle. Did you get that, the King Quad? The one you were going for, the 3500? Or whatever it was? You were talking about Thursday? Friday? The one with you got the one with a warranty, right? If you didn't get the one with a warranty, I'm gonna drive up there. I'm gonna stick you with one of your own folders. Nice. That'll be a nice one to get around in the snow. Has it got good snow tires on it, or has it got balds? Trying to find my stir stick. Can't find it. And also, again, much appreciated, Des. Appreciated you sharing the love. I was there on Friday. I was back and forth. There was a couple of people that went live for some reason on Friday. And I was trying to support as many people as I could. But I can only be in so many places at once. If I could clone myself, I would. But then again, I'd probably piss myself off. Nice. Yeah, no need to put different tires on there until you've worn out the ones you got on there. Till them things are flat and bald like a middle-aged office man. Not me for some reason, because I'm in my 40s and yeah, I still got a full head of hair. Don't be fooled by what you see on camera. All of this is all shaved up in here. My hairline actually goes to here. Like I got a long. See that you can see the bottom hairs that goes all the way down to here, and comes back down and goes this way. I have no shortage of cranial fur covering. Can't grow sideburns for squat. I get this like little patch here, and then it's all patchy the rest of the way. And then I got my sad, non-growing beard over here. No, don't obstacle. Don't do that, because that crap might end up coming down here. I've got too many plants that are already ready to go out in the ground. I don't need no more snow. Although you're far enough away that it shouldn't really affect me too much. So yeah, you know what? I hope you get 3 feet of snow, stinker. Hope you get 3 feet of snow. Actually, the worst spot for snow, because I know it's more or less in the same area, just like an hour and a half south or north, would be Eisenhower Tunnel. That's a fun place to get snow. Start off on one side of the mountain, it's 85 degrees. You get to the other side, and it's a freaking blizzard, and there's like 2 feet of snow. I've hated driving that freaking. I love driving up there. I just hate doing it during certain months of the year, because you know full well the minute you get to the other side of the mountain, it's freaking snow. It's where Arizona gets all their stuff. Oh, Jason, just remembered, Shawnee Grows is going to be doing a live on desert gardening. I would appreciate it if you'd be there to help me. The specific location is actually for Arizona, since you did live in Tempe for a long time. You and me can help her out. It was requested by a viewer, so I volunteered to answer questions on stuff for said region, because technically I grow in this. We have pretty much the same kind of environment, so it'd be nice to have a backup, a helper. Backup, helper, backup, or I can even be the wingman. I don't care. She hasn't scheduled it yet. We were just talking about that yesterday on her live before the end of it. So I will let you know. She has not planned it yet. It could be a week or two. It could be another month. I don't know. We'll see how she has it set on the books. So when we see her, she'll let me know sooner or later, and then I can message you and let you know as well. But it should be. Let's see. What was yesterday? Friday. Shit. Was yesterday Friday? Like yesterday was Friday. So that's where I was at. I was between Dez and Shawnee's lives. That's why. Well, she did her live. She went late yesterday. She went. She said 8 p.m. and I thought she meant like Eastern time, not my time, because she's in. I think she said Minnesota. And I'm pretty sure that is not anywhere near close to my time zone. So yeah, that one threw me off. Check my Google Maps, and I'm pretty darn certain that's not. On. By the way, anybody that has an iPhone or whatnot, if you could do me the courtesy of scrolling down to where it says, what is that stupid renamed body of water? Scroll down there. There is a option for maps to correct it or say that the information is wrong. Please do so and then type in the correct information for said body of water. I am not going to say where it's at, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. Which is freaking stupid. Fact that they actually let them do that is a load of BS. Can't click it on my. Ooh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, hey, I can do it on my Mac. I can do it on my computer. Won't give me the option that I want to. Let's see. I guess I'm going to have to go other. Let's see. Yeah, that was interesting information I didn't need to deal with. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nope, I hit the wrong. What am I doing? Haha, reported that issue on here. Ha! Tried to do that on my phone and wouldn't let me do it. Evening drops. Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it's going to be, and I'm not going to. I refuse to dignify the stupid name change because of some freaking Dorito with an ego trip. Nice. Yes, I am a superstar. Just kidding. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. So that little bit of funness aside, Let's all get that renamed properly the way it was, the way it has been for the last like 250 plus years. So yeah, so let's see. So my little citrus sprouts are doing pretty good. They're getting taller little by little. Now I am trying to water them once every weekish or so, every couple of days. But with it getting hotter and hotter, I have to water it. Nice. Let me know how that. Which seeds are you doing? Their drops for the germination test. All right, Jason. See you in a second. But yeah, as I was saying, as it gets warmer and warmer, I got to water them a little bit more. So, but they are slowly doing what they're doing. Might have to move some plants out of the way or put them in a different spot where they get a little bit more sunlight. My peppers, for some reason, are doing more than they've ever done while they were in the ground, and they got them in pots. I got them in 12-inch pots, and they're doing better in the greenhouse than they would be outside. I have 2 jalapeno plants producing jalapenos for me. I have what I can only assume is a habanero plant or a random yellow ghost. I am not 100% because so far the pepper is only about 1.5 inches, but it's got a pointy tip. So I know it's a hot pepper. Corn chard, cabbage, broccoli. Nice. Don't 2 of those need a bit of a cold start to get going? Or is it just plant and go on those? And corn takes forever. That's like up to 14 days, I think. Is 14 to 18 days for corn germination, depending on the conditions. I would assume if you're growing them hydroponically with a heated water, they probably germinate faster, along with a grow lamp. But yeah, the only plant I'm not sure of which one I have in there is my Tabasco peppers. I think I know which one it is. I know which one my Tabasco pepper plant is. I just remembered. Because I did transplant one skinny one, and it was a little one that was really leggy. Still had leaves near the bottom, but it was just a really short, like a really thin, long plant. And I think that one's my Tabasco peppers. If that is the case, then I have all of the peppers from last year still going this year, which is freaking awesome. Oh, nice. Early start on the tomatoes. This is awesome. I have not gotten mine in. It's been warm during the daytime, but it still drops down fairly cold at night, which is really annoying because I would really, really like to get my freaking plants going. Yeah, I personally can't do the 2 days because I always forget. But I will stick them in extremely wet dirt, and I can usually get them to germinate like at the latest like 12 days. Oh, dang. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've got the same thing, the Bantam sweet corn as well. Some of the smaller ones, but the really, really hot ones can take up to 45 days, which is crazy. You figure 45 days to germinate a pepper seed. That's already 45 days that you no longer have to grow that plant. And that is now 45 days less for your growing season. That is a month and a half, basically. Which is insane. And that's when you get to like some of the hotter peppers, from what I've learned. Then again, I have really terrible luck growing the super hots. Jalapenos I've got no problems with. I've apparently seemed to have mastered the art of just throwing them in the dirt and letting them do whatever they want. So on that matter, I can grow jalapenos by the field if I had a big enough field to grow them in. Maintaining it properly, trimming them to, get them to grow the way that they should is a whole matter of attention that I just do not feel like dealing with. I do, however, take off the leaves from the first, I usually go to 6 to 8 inches from the bottom of the soil to where, I go 6 to 8 inches up, and I just basically skin everything off of it. I pinch off leaves, pinch off excess nodes, anything that looks like it's going to produce another branch. I usually go in there and I clip it off or pinch it off with fingernails, which I can't do anymore because right now my fingernails are all short. So what happens when you let them get too long and they start cracking and breaking on you? You got to chop them off all thin. But that's why I have my little clippers. So I go in there and I just clip off what I don't need on there. Because I know having all that stuff at the bottom just gives it more shit to deal with, trying to grow as it's getting bigger. But yeah, I've got one of my jalapeno plants. That thing is 2.5 feet tall, something like that. It's almost touching the top. I have it in the middle of the greenhouse on a shelf, and that thing's almost touching the peak, the apex, the full apex of that roof. Oh, I can get a jalapeno as hot as a habanero. Really wanted to. Trim your plant. A lot of the hot pepper plants, they tend to like being tortured. Oop. I was about to say, Jason, you got a muse over there? Or a really weird meows? But yeah, pepper plants like to be tormented, so water your plants and then don't water it again until the leaves start to start hanging down or start looking all wilted, and then water it again. And those plants will go nuts. I had jalapenos that I did last year, and the year before, 2023, I grew some jalapenos, and them suckers were hotter than heck. And I had hundreds of them. And them things were even my coworkers, I work with a whole bunch of Hispanics, and they were like, these are hot jalapenos. They were hot. This is what I was making my chili powder out of. I don't have any left, unfortunately. I used up I ground up everything. Oh, you can make them even hotter by trimming off stuff too. So if you want really, really super hot peppers, when it starts to produce, you just start cutting off the flowers, and you leave a handful of them, dozen and a half, give or take, however many you want on there. And them peppers will get hot. I do not, and I live in the desert. I will water mine every 4 days, give or take. But I also have all of mine covered in mulch and bark or whatever, so I always have a good 1.5 to 2-inch covering on top of them. So I water them and I just let them go. I usually don't water my peppers in my big planters until the leaves start all hanging down like this. And that's when I water. But I also I do tend to go out there and actually trim my plants. So I take, no worries, Des, welcome back. Back and forth is always fun. But there are some pepper plants that love water and get super hot. Jason has one. And speaking of which, I got to find those seeds. I got to see if I can't get them to go this year. If I can get one plant off of one seed, I will be super happy. I'm sorry for the the nose, my sinuses are going absolutely nuts. They've been pissing me off for like the last 3 days. 2 days, one side was clogged. Today I woke up, sinuses were dry and all scratchy, and I don't feel sick. I just pretty much since like Wednesday morning, I've just been out of it. Yeah, I got to find I'm pretty sure that bag is down here with all my other stuff, with all my other seeds. I got to get them in soon. I got to find a spot to stick them, though. That is the only thing. I got to figure a location where they're not near everything else. Because a lot of my planters, I already have kind of a floor plan in my head to see what's going on. I don't think I can get those down here, to be honest. I can look for them, but I don't think I can get that particular style of pepper. I can get the like little Thai dragon chilies, which are the little tiny ones. They're similar, but they're like teardrop shaped. These things. My sinuses are pissing me off today. These little guys. These are like the Thai dragon chilies. That was actually a small one. They usually get a little bigger than that. Usually about double the size, and I only mean double. This thing is, I think it's like 1/4 of an inch at best, maybe just a little over 1/4 inch. But the funny thing is, as tiny as that little plant is, or that little pepper, there's probably about 30 seeds in that thing. Like, the first time I popped one of these open, I was baffled on how many seeds were in such a tiny little pepper. Oh, nice. Oh, I can buy them off of a website? The seeds or the... Oh, I can actually get them off of Baker's Creek sells them. I get 100 seeds for $5. Ooh, Pepper Joe sells them. Chili Tapines. Ah, but those are not the... That's a different chili tapine. Chiltepins. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to. Yeah, see, those aren't even that hot either. They're 50,000 to 100,000, and those were the one. I don't know that one batch though, Jason. Those ones had a punch to them. Oh, I need to get some Pekin peppers too. That would be a good one. I've got a whole bunch. I've got like 15 bags of random peppers that I have not grown, and I need to try to grow them this year because I've already had the seeds for like 2 years. Well, that's how a lot of seed companies are. They grow them all foreign grown just for cheap labor. That's why. Yeah, I'm expanding mine. I already talked to one of my neighbors about getting the chickens. She thought it would be kind of interesting and kind of fun. So no arguments on that side. Got to talk to 2 more, and then I think I'm going to be good to go. And yeah, most commercial, like high commercial. I'm talking like Baker's Creek, Burpee. Oh, what's the other one? Basically all the people that put all their seeds out by the packs of thousands in the stores and grocery stores. Most of them grow all their stuff all foreign. I don't know how much of that's actually grown in the U.S. I would have to assume or presume a good fortune of it, because otherwise, how would they know whether or not that stuff is actually going to grow in our zones? But that's why I've got tons of seed stock. Tons of seed stock. Trying to go more. Ooh, some New Jersey Giants and some Americanos. Nice. Just let them peck through the garden. Just wait till you just wait till release them after your stuff's about 4 inches tall. Those chickens are notorious for destroying seedlings. They'll even pick this stuff out of the ground. That's why I'm glad I don't have anything growing where they're going to be. It's just going to be solid dirt. I'll throw some hay, straw, or whatever on the ground for them so they're not doing whatever. But yeah, I might make them a little bug hut so grow some bugs so they can eat their own free bugs. Yeah, that's one of the things I was considering doing, but I would have to have a place for it. I can't really do it inside because I really don't have the room for an incubator in the house. I would have to do it outside, and doing it outside would probably not be a good idea. Good evening, CR. How's it going? So, I don't know. I still want to get chickens, but we're looking, my initial cost is going to be around $600, give or take. I did just realize I do not have my YouTube chat up. Yeah, I'm really paying attention to it anyway. Get off of there. Go away. Stupid, useless screen. Ooh. I guess Ajax just, or Tyler just got off of his live. Interesting. All right, there's my chat. I almost closed my own chat. That was, that would have been intelligent on my half. On my behalf. Hey, Pappy, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh yeah, chickens are oh no, they're great, but if you let them out in your area where you just planted, they will destroy your entire seedling crop. They will dig up everything. They're basically little tractors. They like to they're basic or a bunch of little 2-foot tillers. They'll till your own till your dirt for you. Yeah, see that's what they're they're good for. They're little rototillers is what they are. Run chat window. Delete that window and squidgle over there. Nice. Cecilia's got warm weather finally. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I figured as much. I had to get to the right screen so I could actually, damn it, actually get to the right page. Those are Sonoran hot peppers, 20 plus seeds. That's not bad for $3, 20 seeds. So I roll over image to zoom. I don't know who. It looks like somebody took that with that photo with a BlackBerry. Stop. I love how everybody tries to claim their stuff, especially on Amazon, as heirloom. I highly doubt that. So here's a random item to get as well. Crookneck squash. Really? Or actually straight neck squash. Oh man, that one sucked. Ah. Ooh, that one is sucked really bad. Nice. Ah. Worst thing is I don't have allergies. I don't know. I may or may not have a small sinus infection, which I just don't care about because screw going to the doctors. They're just going to tell me the same shit I already know. Oh, CR's a rainbow, apparently. I thought he was fence post, but apparently he's turned into a rainbow. No judging. No judging. No judging. Nice, that'll be awesome. What are you planning on planting, Pappy? Ugh. Because I can still do the fish. Colorful. CR is colorful. Shall I take that the wrong way? My phone's over there charging because when I got back to my house today, I had like 13% phone charge. Let's see what random dirty pictures Jason is sending me now. Well, I'm at 60%. Well, 52%. That's enough to make it through my list of dirty photos. Oh, Jesus. How to know your house was that fat? I think my house is only an XL. Why in the heck is Georgia Bushcraft 3D printing mushrooms? Why? I'll get to that in a second. Okay, now I gotta go find the dirty pictures that Jason is sending me. Well, that one's actually really small comparative to the last ones I have. Or the last ones we had. So that is apparently a dime in one of the chili tapines, which looks like a blood spot, to be dead honest. That thing is that small. It must have been one of the smaller ones on the plant. Oh, when did you send me this one? Of a mouse. Fine, don't load. I didn't want to watch you anyway. Yeah, I still have the seeds from that one bag. So, like I said, I just got to get the bag and I got to go put them out in the garden and see. You know what? I think I got a spot I can put them because I don't have anything currently in that spot. I have an area where I have it is half the planter is garlic, and then half the planter has absolutely nothing on it. It's just right behind my truck. So I think if I put it right there, I should be okay, and it shouldn't conflict with any of my other pepper plants. I've never even heard of an Arkansas Traveler tomato. I've heard of the purple tomatoes, Oxheart tomatoes, Better Boy, Wax, and Green Bean. Cukes, cuke squash, chard, potatoes, 3 types of peppers, beets, and greens. What 3 types of peppers are you planning on growing, Pappy? And supposedly, according to chats yesterday on Shawnee's channel, the 3 specifics for growing the 3 sisters, surprisingly, the corn variety is not supposed to be sweet corn, which is interesting. Because I used sweet corn, and that was probably one of the better harvests I'd had off of that. And that's where I was getting my 5-pound cucumbers. Or, sorry, zucchini squash. So I was getting like 5-pound zucchini squash. I had like 3 or 4 of them things. And I had the Kentucky Wonder pole beans, sweet corn, and the squash. Acorn, zucchini squash. And yeah, my beans got so heavy I had to put a trellis up to keep them from pulling the corn over. Ooh, Japanese shishito peppers. Ooh. Oh, it's a little green pepper. Takara shishito. Essentially that just looks like the Japanese version of a green pepper, like a green chili, just a smaller one. And the shishito pepper seed heirloom rare New Jersey grow. That's a different one. That one looks like a cross between a Peter pepper and a Tabasco. It's interesting. Blister, yep. That just looks like green chili. It looks like the Japanese version of a green chili. I am not complaining. Oh yeah, no, you'd never plant. If you're doing the 3 sisters, you don't plant pumpkin. Never. Anyone who's done that is brain dead. How tall does okra get? Because I would assume you're going to need something with a very, very sturdy stalk. I was trying to do it with elephant grass, which I found out is what the variety I had. I thought it was bamboo, but it's elephant grass. I was trying to do beans with elephant grass to see if I could do if that test would work, and it did not work as well as I thought it was because the elephant grass sends out way too many roots and it basically just strangles out the beans. Oh, 8 foot tall, Jesus. That's crazy. Did not know that. But now I do, but then again, I don't really eat okra. Not exactly a fan of it. Don't like the smell of it. It looks funny. And it just, nah, no thank you. I've tried once. Won't touch it again. Nice. True Leaf Market. Check that one out while I'm here. True Leaf Market Seed Company. All those cuke melons, baby watermelons. Go faster, computer. I've only got 3 windows open. Why are you going so slow? Oh, you know what? I think I've seen seeds from that around here. Emergency storage. Yeah, let's a knapsack. Wheatgrass, microgreens. That's what wheatgrass is essentially. Oh my god, overstock. I find it funny that they're overstock pictures of radishes. The one thing I don't need because I don't run out of those. I don't think I could run out of radishes if I tried. Same with garlic and carrot seeds. I got a whole freaking jar full of carrot seeds. I probably got like 1,000,000 carrot seeds in there. And just briefly. Yeah, I have no shortage of carrot seeds. If I had a good section of field plowed, I could probably plant probably like a half acre's worth of carrots in like good rows, lateral spacing. I could solidly plant half an acre of carrots. Oh no, Pappy, that sucks. Yeah, I got you a good one, brother. Watch this. This little guy right here. So I picked this up in the craft section area at, I think it was Walmart. I think I picked it up, was like $5. Comes with, sorry, my computer decides wanted to be blurry. So 12 of these. So it comes with 24 of these little squares. And what I do is I just take these labels, these 1/2 inch by like 3-inch labels, and I just cut them in half. And I just do this. I just stick it on the back side. Could probably stick it on the bottom. It might stick better. But I prefer sticking them on the back side because it fits a little nicer. But these are 2023 melons. I mean, it's a good size container. I have my sad pinto beans that I grew. That's what I saved. I have black turtle bush beans, which I have an abundance of these. I'm never running out of these things. I have an endless supply. The cow peas, I have an endless supply of these because I have a whole container down here. This isn't even full, and that's all carrot seeds. There's probably 1,000, 2,000 carrot seeds in here. I just put them in these little containers, and I still have tons of these. So it's not even full. I've only got like 8 containers filled. And then these are all bell pepper seeds. So 2023 bell peppers, but these were also planted in 2022. So at this point, these are going to be heirloom. And then morning glories. I got 1 billion of these things. But yeah, just get yourself a little craft container, man. Little label maker. Throw some labels on there. You can have 24 different types of seeds. And an abundance of them at the same time. You will not run out of seeds. Never. Yeah, the black beans, the first year I grew black turtle bush beans, I actually did fairly decent. I randomly have them stashed all over in little pockets. I did not get nearly as many as I would have liked. That is actually my container of, you can see how thick that container is. And that's a little over half full. And these are the cow peas. I got enough in there for probably 2 or 3 solid crock pot meals. Maybe half a cup each with some other stuff. Hey, Dan, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. So got tons of seeds. I got more seeds down below me. I've got 2 containers that just have seeds in them. Plus I have uh, a bag of survival seeds that's actually still sealed. Oh, no worries. Dan, you're not late. You're here when you're here. You'd be late if you showed up tomorrow and said, sorry, I missed the live. Then you'd be late. No, that's Honky Tonk Outdoors. But yeah, my whole goal is to just fill. I have tons of these jars. I have tons of these containers. Because I get these every time I go get breakfast somewhere. Ooh, parsnips are gross. I would not want to plant those personally. There is nothing on this planet that's going to get me to want to plant parsnips. I almost dumped my entire setup over. Yeah, I think the only thing I could probably even come close to planting 5 acres of would be carrots. Because like I said, I've got what I had in that little tiny container, and I have a huge jar in the back that's like half full. There's probably, God, well over 1 million seeds in there, easy, if not more than that. Somewhere I've got carrot seeds too. And no, you can't see it. But right above that shelf, basically the top of my screen, I got another bag full of seeds that I'd saved from years ago. Should probably plant all those too, just to get rid of the seeds. See if they're even, still viable. I've been sitting in there for 4 years. Yeah. I'm just looking forward to this year. I don't know. My greenhouse is telling me that it's going to be a really, really good, productive year for me. So I am looking forward to surprisingly enough, Pappy, the more plants you have, the less weeds you end up with. I have very little amount of weeds that pop up in my garden. Despite the fact that I have birds everywhere that like to deposit random seeds all over my yard. The amount of things I have found growing in spots that I did not plant things in. 100%. Just randomly have stuff growing in my yard that I do not plant. One year I didn't even plant sunflowers. Wasn't planning on it. Birds did it for me. Same with a few corn. Corn was birds as well. Until I decided I wanted to grow corn, and that's when I planted corn. But for the most part, most of that started with the birds. There you go. Now the easiest way to do it is to throw that weed stuff down and then just cut little holes in it and plant what you want in that spot, right in that spot. And just don't cut a circle. You can do the circle method, which I see a lot of people do. They just basically take a blowtorch and melt a little circle into plastic. I would just use the really, really heavy duty weed barrier and just take a shovel or a spade, sharp one, very sharp one with at least a decent point, and just cut a little X in there and just plant your seed right there in the center and just let it grow. Yeah, sometimes they will grow. Depends on the condition they're stored in. I know there's that place in Norway that's refrigerated that basically contains the all the world's seeds, which I'm assuming they would probably restock or refresh every like 5 years to a decade, just so they have fresh stock on hand. I honestly wouldn't even fold it back just to plant it. I would just let it grow right there because it's less likely to have birds try to peck through it and take your seed out. But Everybody has their own way of doing it. Oh yeah, yeah. You plant mint, it'll take care of the weeds and every other plant that's near it. Yeah, if you don't want anything growing in an area, plant mint or ivy. That stuff will just pretty much kill off everything in the ground, on the ground, and under the ground. Ivy grows way too fast, but mint spreads like a weed. Well, technically, mint is a weed. Just happened to be one of the edible weeds that someone was like, hey, that smells good. I wonder if it tastes good too, and decided to eat it and didn't die. Like I was saying last month or last live, all mushrooms are edible. Some of them are just edible once. But yeah, so looking forward to stuff this year. I've got a ton of garlic popping up. My one planter that I have, my big planter, I got 2x3 by 1x2x3 or 1x2x5. You know what? I have no idea how long that damn planter is. See, now I'm bugging. Now I'm gonna go bug myself. I'll be right back. I gotta go measure that planter. It's just bugging me that I don't know how long it is. All right, 44 inches, so 3 foot 8 inches. So a 1x2x3. Sorry, my eye is killing me right now. There we go. I throw some eye drops in my eye. It was bugging me. So yeah, forgot my door. So I got one of those completely filled with garlic. There's probably shit. I think I planted 80 plus garlic in that one. Yeah, I don't have the option of running 4x12s over here because I still have vehicles that drive in and out of my property. Plus, during family events or holidays, I usually have about 15 vehicles on the property. So I can only go so big on my grow beds. But yeah, I have. So I've got the 2x1x4.5. That's full of garlic. I got another one that's half full of garlic. I got bored and decided to stick garlic in a round planter just to see how well I could do in a standalone plastic whiskey barrel planter, which is so far doing pretty good. Almost everything that I've planted in there has popped up. Some of them are still struggling to get through like the 5 inches of leaves that I stuck on top of them. Awesome, CR. Awesome. Because I just mulched all of the leaves in the yard and I just dumped the whole bag right on top of the planter. So there's like 4.5, maybe 5 inches of leaf. But the problem is those leaves, they're no longer, stacked all weird. They're all flat like this. They're layered. So my garlic is kind of having to work its way through, has to meander through the layers. Yep, I do. I work with what I got, and I have been successful for the last few years. And I'm just working on doing more after learning what I did the year before, and sometimes I just try something new and see what happens. I've tried twice to grow cauliflower. I have failed miserably at that one. I might try that again one of these days. Right now, I don't feel like doing it. I will be planting carrots soon, probably in April, because my recorded last frost date is usually about April 12th to April 15th. But I'm weird. I like to plant about week and a half before the last supposed frost date because I know technically I'm not going to get that last frost date. So I will literally plant like April 5th. Sometimes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Uh, I don't have that option, unfortunately, due to the fact that I just don't have a big enough area to dump a lot of dirt. I have multiple sections where I have dirt, but I just manufacture my own dirt and throw everything in that. And usually throughout the season, what I'll do is I'll take a little bit off here and there, and I'll mix it with some other stuff, make some new batches, re-add the batches, throw some compost in there, mix a batch of compost, do what I have to do just to keep the nutritional value, the microbes and all of that, mycelium and all those little micronutrients in the soil active. But it does also help the worms. Worms love my dirt. I don't have fat worms because I don't put a lot of organic mass back into my soil, which I need to learn to do. I did that one year. I took all of my garden scraps, dug a trench about a foot down, lined that from one end to the next, and then just put the dirt on top of it. And I had some of the fattest damn worms the year after that. I didn't have nightcrawler fat worms, but I had some fat red wigglers. But I like to spread the wealth. I figure if one planter's got worms, if I get a handful of worms as I'm digging through there trying to redo the soil, I'll take a handful of worms, not like a solid handful, but my version of a handful is like 5 or 6 worms. I know it's counterproductive to say that, but I'll get like a bunch of worms. I'll make sure they're in a little pile of dirt so they don't dry out in the sun, and then I'll transfer them to another container. Like if I start a new planter, I'll throw some worms in there to keep my worms, to keep it going. And oops, let's get this one up here. I believe we had surgery was yesterday, so our other friend may or not be popping up. So it's just going to be, looks like it's just going to be me and Jason tonight. Which I'm fine with. We can keep the gardening chat to a standard here without being disrupted by other non-consistent garden talk. Pour the veggies and sauce in them and rebird it. You can still can with 2 people.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good evening, Jason. How's it going, Molly?
Hello, sweetheart.
She said hello.
Drops, you can see snow in the middle of July. You live in Canada. I mean, sorry, CR, you can see snow in the middle of July. Sorry, my brain just read 2 different things at once, and I don't know what my brain processed.
You want your candy bar now or later?
Yeah, so, Pappy, when you did that, how did your plants come out next year? How was your soil the year after? And by the way, Jason, an update on my planters. I think my planters completely, like 2 of them, just completely destroyed my hugelkultur.
Really?
Because my first 2, my big 6-footer,
Yes.
dug all the way down to the bottom. I dug to the point where I was actually digging into the sand and dirt it was on top of, and I didn't find a single stick in there.
Wow.
And I know I started that batch with that and like 8 inches of leaf matter.
That broke
Nothing
up pretty
left.
quick.
The second one, I think I still have a little bit of sticks here and there. Some of the larger ones that didn't fully decompose yet. But yeah, they're pretty much gone.
Were there worms in those ones?
I didn't dig a huge hole. in either of them. I just dug a hole roughly the size of my trowel, which is like 8 inches. So I did an 8-inch hole. Oh, look, pops in but doesn't bother to say hi in the chat.
It took me a while just to get here.
There it is.
This is sitting on my lap, sitting on in my recliner.
I presumed you weren't going to be here since you were probably either drugged up or still in the hospital.
Yes to one, no to the other.
That's their hospital.
I was at the hospital.
Obviously not in the hospital because you obviously look like you're. Well, there he goes. Yep, he pushed a button.
Yep, wrong button. Oh, sorry,
Yep.
Cliff. I haven't had one of these in like 8 years.
Forever. I still remember the commercials, man. Some of those commercials were hilarious. I even remember some of the Caramello ones.
I just got 3 Anaheim peppers red.
Ooh, nice.
It'll be for dinner for tomorrow night.
Let's try this again.
I'm here. It's hard to balance what I'm doing. So
It's apparently fishing for forever.
Yep.
Take 3.
I'm working on.
That's the one thing I can tell you, Pappy, is tomatoes love compost soil. I do not know why. They go absolutely nuts in that stuff.
Is he saying Kathy? Like my sister?
Happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pappy Two Bears.
I haven't seen Pappy in a while.
Yeah, like Grandpappy?
She thought you kept saying Kathy.
Oh no, Kathy Two Bears? No, Pappy. Kathy doesn't really shows up on my lives. She shows up on Jason's, but she doesn't pop in on mine all that often. She does every now and then.
Popsicle.
Yeah, I
No,
know, like
tomatoes like
Kathy
to have a high,
was-
a little bit higher acidic soil, like somewhere around about a 6.
Yeah, because we were dumping in the rose garden. We had a spot where we were just dumping the compost, and I guess somewhere in that process there was a tomato seed or 2 or a dozen, who knows. And I had one tomato plant, and this thing looked like a freaking hydra. One stalk, one root base, but this thing sent out like 8 branches, like 8 runners, tendrils, whatever you want to call them, climbers. This thing, if I would have had a proper setup for that tomato plant, I guarantee that thing would have been 12 feet tall. It was ridiculous. And if I would have trained it, that thing would have been about 4 feet wide. That's how big that bush was. I pulled the root stock off. When I dug that out of the ground at the end of the season, the bottom of that, the base of that tomato plant was this big. Oh, okay, sorry, no. It was about this. It was about as thick as this. That was the stalk before it hit the dirt. The root ball on that was, God, dinner plate, if not wider, but it was sending out taproots. I had taproots down the bottom of that thing that were probably 1.5 feet, 2 foot long. Oh, drops. That was a Roma tomato. I probably got 30 or 40 pounds of tomatoes off that plant.
You save any of the seeds?
No, I
Turned
don't really do tomatoes. It was a fluke accident that tomato plant even grew in that spot. But I let it grow. I gave away so many damn tomatoes, it wasn't even funny. I was taking tomatoes to work to use in, like, for stuff, for toppings. And I would just take 8 tomatoes here, 8 tomatoes there, and we would just go through them. I was doing the same thing with cucumbers. I was taking free cucumbers to work. 3, 4 at a time. Wouldn't have to do it for like a week. And I would take 3 or 4 more. They don't know. Customers don't know. See, the thing is with a lot of that stuff is the people ordering this food, they don't know where a lot of the produce comes from. They assume it's coming from the store because we're a legitimate business. And that's where a lot of the times you're going to order stuff is you're going to get it from a delivery company.
Yeah, it's made in the back of the store.
Huh?
It's made in the back of the store.
Yeah. Made it in the back where they weren't seeing it. They didn't know where the produce came from.
Well, they have there's a genie that says, "Hey, we need tomatoes." Pink.
Roma's not the only one that they use for tomato sauce. There's that one, and then there's another one. It's the big red round ones. The ones that are almost
Big boy?
like slicers, but not quite.
The
It's
beef
not like a
cakes?
big boy, right?
No, not the beefsteak. The beefsteaks get freaking massive.
I know cherry tomatoes make a pretty good sauce.
Yeah, it's Roma, cherry,
Sweeter, but
possibly,
they're good.
and
We've
the
done it.
standard round red tomatoes you normally see at like grocery stores. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, Drops, that plant was freaking massive. I had a structural tomato cage around that, and it actually pulled the entire damn thing over. That's how big that plant was. It was actually so big it was growing into the rose bush and using the rose bush as support. And if you've seen any of the videos of me going out in the rose film in the rose garden, I have some big ass rose bushes. Not my rose bushes. 2 of them are like trees.
Yeah, those are your mom's, right?
Yeah, those are my mom's roses. We planted those things. Shit, like 8 years ago? Almost 10, yeah, 10 years ago? They're just growing. They just grow. I've got to do a lot of trimming on them to get them to go where I need them to go this year. So once it starts to warm up, I am going to give them a major, major haircut and get them growing the way I want them to grow.
Yeah, speaking of
You're
that,
right.
I'll be doing my cuttings after I get back from Operation Rendezvous. I'll be taking the cuttings off the rose bush and doing some propagating.
Rose bushes are weird. You know this as well.
Yes.
You have their dormant season, but the funny thing is with the roses is the minute you trim them, it triggers growth hormones for some stupid reason. So if you have enough planters to start them, Jason, I would start getting cuttings now. Put them in where you need to with the root starter or the hormone or whatever, and stick them in the greenhouse.
No, I'm going to do it after I get back because nobody will be here to take care of them while I'm gone.
How long do you have before the rendezvous?
40 days.
Plenty of time. Take some with you and sell them over there.
I'm going to train them into trees.
Yeah, but take some of the cuttings, try to grow them before you leave, and then see if you can sell any of the cuttings at the rendezvous.
Yeah, I probably could.
You might,
Yeah,
$5 a cutting. Just do them at $5 a cutting. You take 15, 20 cuttings, $60.
No, it's not the Battle of the Roses. It's the War of the Roses.
Don't most roses produce rose hips?
All of them do. Every flower.
Sorry about that. I had to give someone one of the tools they got me.
Grippy, grippy, grippy.
Yeah, because I'm not supposed to be leaning over or anything like that.
Yeah, pterodactyl beak.
Pterodactyl. So, I think I am. That's right. I do remember that. I am super glad that advice that we gave you helped. It will take a while for the bamboo to recover. It'll start to recover more once it gets warmer. But yes, I do remember. I think I am. I do remember you asking about the bamboo, and I am glad that advice helped.
What was the advice? I'm curious now.
He had a bamboo plant that was not doing so well, and we gave him a little bit of advice on how to help it recover. And I believe we just basically told him to a little bit more water, a little bit more sunlight, and I think my advice was grass food.
Well, it should work.
Because bamboo is technically a grass. Well, actually, it's classified as a grass,
Yeah.
even though it looks like a freaking tree, but it's classified as a grass.
Well, by the way, Drops, those grow wild here everywhere. Magnolia trees.
You're further south than he is.
I got to keep digging them out.
Yeah, now Drops, is that just for the cuttings, or is that for like a 1-year-old sapling or a 2-year-old sapling? Because if you just cut that off the branch and that thing's like 6 inches tall, I ain't paying $40 for that shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, we got trees here everywhere, but nobody wants the trees here, the magnolia trees, because they're everywhere.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I think I am. Just give it time. Like I said, a little bit. I would say what, Jason, since you worked in recreational area, how often did you fertilize your fields?
Depending on the type of field that it was. Some of them were once or twice a year. You know, they were just general purpose. But when it was tournament time, every 6 weeks.
So let's try to apply that between that and so essentially a bamboo grass.
10
Once a
pounds
week?
of hand per application per 1,000.
Yeah, I would say for that one, I'd probably just say once a week or once every 2 weeks, a good dosage of grass fertilizer, and you should be good to go.
Yeah, then what was it? We were about 8 weeks out from tournament. We shut off the nitrogen, and then we just pumped it with iron.
Iron phosphate, just to get them to just to green it up.
Yep, just regular old chelated iron, just to make it green, so we can stop the growth, so we can keep it short.
I'm not an expert on that one either. But hey, Blake, nice of you to join us tonight.
Hey, Blake.
By the way, Blake, while you're here, just to give you an honorable mention.
He gave you one back.
Yeah.
Your pair beats his single.
My brain just shut off. I'm like looking for stuff, and it's like literally all in front of me. Yeah, no. Yeah, I would, like I said, that's why we gave you. That's why we helped you out with the longevity of that bamboo plant. Because yeah, I remember you telling me that was a gift.
Yeah, you don't want to fertilize it too much. Just send it to self-destruction.
Yeah, like I said, once every 2 weeks, just a little bit of fertilizer. Actually, what I have elephant grass, which is a weird cousin of bamboo. It's like third cousin twice removed on the grandfather's, uncle's, brother's, nephew's side. So like way down the line. But I have pelletized grass food, and I'll just take like a half a cup of that, and I'll just sprinkle it on top of my stuff, and then I'll just water it in, and just let the water do its thing.
Now, does he still have it in that glass jar full of water, or is it actually in soil?
I think he said it was one of those decorative ones, so it should still be in the glass jar. As far as I know, I think I am. You want to give us an update on what the containment unit is on that bamboo? Is it still in the original glass jar, or have you transferred it to containers? I'm gonna have another day. Break it. I feel like crap, and I've had a bad day.
I've been doing pretty good, considering. Hey, love. Hey, he just went in the other room. Cliff, someone wants to say hi to you.
Smackers and tackers and crackers and smackers and whackers. Or is that Ian, Smee, and a Peeing?
Okay, it's in the glass jar.
Oh, that's
but
a Jim Maneni.
soil.
Hi, John.
You can have this because I eat what they do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alrighty. Now, here's a little secret. If anybody has a diesel engine with these newer vehicles and you get that DEF fluid, that is all pure urea. Okay? It's basically
Plant.
it's liquid fertilizer. Okay? extremely strong. Like I said, if you're going to be doing any kind of fertilizer with it, I would probably put a drop into a quart of water. A drop. And start from there.
Yeah, you really want to have fun, just pee in a cup and dump about a third of it into your plant.
Yeah, pee in a cup. Yeah, give it like 4 or 5 days.
So peeing on a tree is a good thing for it then.
Oh, yeah. Why do you think a lot of the bushes on trails are really big?
Yeah. Now, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the little the Job's house plant of food. That's, to me, that's just as good. Just be real careful on how much you stick in there. Yes, I know they used to bleach their clothes in it during the Roman ages.
I'm going to tell you this right now, Drops. Your level or your percentage of urea is literally going to be dependent on how much water you drink. The less water you drink, the thicker the concentration is going to be. More water you drink, you're basically just peeing out water.
So basically, just pee on the tree all the time. Don't drink anything.
The less hydrated you are, or AKA the more dehydrated you are, the higher that concentration of urea is going to be.
He does this every Saturday night, I think I am.
Oh, by the way, that's how you get bobcats to come to your trail cameras too.
Oh, I can't even do that anymore. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm in my 40s and I can still do these things. I do Jaeger bombs, so my standard Red Bull and Jaeger. But yeah, this is my. I can still do shots of these things. I won't even care. The problem is I can't pee on my corn. The amount of times I've wanted to just go outside and pee on my bushes, I can't do it because my freaking front yard faces a street. It's right on this street.
Yeah, faces the public.
I cannot pee. I could go out there at like 2 in the morning and probably pee on my stuff, but at that point, I'm trying to go to bed. I'm not a pill popper.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with my deal.
The only pills I really take are when I'm really in a bad mood or Benadryl. I got tons of these things. But I'm not a standard pill popper.
I go about. I need this.
So go me.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you really have to, just pee in a cup, put a lid on it, or pee in a Gatorade container, Gatorade cup, Gatorade bottle, and just let it sit there for like a day or so, and then go pour it out on some of your plants. Or for that matter, put it in a 5-gallon bucket of water, and then go water your plants.
Okay, here's a weird question for you. Can you make saltpeter with pee? I think it is. Compost.
You want to stay away from saltpeter.
Saltpeter will actually it mixes in with some other stuff and goes boom.
Usually they throw saltpeter in when they're doing mushrooms, but that's to get the compost super, super hot.
Yeah.
That's one of the ingredients that when they do like the commercial bale or like commercial things where you got to go out there with a tractor or a front end loader and like flip your soil or your mushroom compost. That's one of the ingredients they throw in there. They sprinkle saltpeter on the hell on that stuff, and then they flip it.
I just knew that it could be used for making gunpowder.
Oh yeah, part of gunpowder.
Old school.
Mm-hmm. The sad part is I actually know how to make gunpowder. I just don't do it.
Yeah, I know.
I know the ingredients, but I don't know the.
It's mostly
numbers.
Sulfur.
Good for plants, believe it or not, because you got your carbon, you got your sulfur. Yeah.
But I believe that you have that one book that people don't like people to know about on the internet.
Yeah. Shh, quiet.
Oh, it's not that you're not supposed to know about it. It's there's a problem with it the minute you try to download it.
And they'll put your name on a list.
Yeah, you get put in a watch party.
That's when you give them really interesting things to watch. Librarians story time hour or something like that.
Well, yeah, because technically tobacco is just disintegrated freaking leaves anyway. That's why I like to use a lot of my dry leaves. But the problem is my dry leaves take forever to compost unless I have them under wet soil. To be dead honest, I'm actually trying. I'm kind of looking forward to this year to digging through my compost pile and checking all the stuff that's like 2 feet down, because I guarantee that is going to be some rich soil.
Well, it sounds like it.
Oh, I dug through there last year, about halfway through last year. I just kind of went through there with my potato rake, a little
Right.
a 6-foot handled rake with like 3 little
It's
prongs at the
a year
front.
for me. I need to get out there and turn it and see how it is.
I've tried to turn my compost, but Jason, you've seen my compost bin. It's like a 5.5 by 5.5 by like 3 feet tall. That's not exactly an easy task to turn all that without a tractor.
So is that your next big purchase? The lawn tractor?
No, God, no. You know what the funny part is? My dad's actually mentioned that before. And I'm like, what am I going to do with a tractor on this property? Like, if I need a tractor, I'll just go pester my neighbor and be like, hey, I'll give you $50 if you can do this for me real quick with a tractor.
Hey,
Well,
Cliff,
they make those little compact little tractors. Like the Dingo,
yep, he's here.
like the Dingo, or little ditch witches.
Yeah, well, we have a place down here, Kobuto, whatever however the hell you pronounce it. They do that's basically what they sell. Is they sell a lot of those like small end, like mini tractors.
Yeah.
That are designed for people that have like maybe 1 to 2 acres, up to like 5 acres. Tractor that size is the perfect. You don't need anything bigger than one of those tractors.
Like I said, I've been kind of contemplating about getting one of those. Well, unfortunately, the ones I can afford are like the ones from China.
The best I can ever do if I needed something like that, I'd just be able to rent it from over at
Here's
True
the
Value.
channel. Let me dig up that channel.
Because True
There
Value
was,
will pretty much rent you anything if they have it on hand.
Ooh, Space 1999 full marathon.
There
I
was a
read that
gentleman I
movie.
run across, and he bought I don't know if it was a Temu or an Amazon version of a wood chipper. Had a pain in it was like a Chinese branded like wood chipper that he got for I think it was like $3,200. Decent sized wood chipper, but he said that thing has so many problems with it. Mulches the wood like he was chopping wood decently, like it was eating decent
Oh,
branches.
yes. That's what they are. The little mini skid steers.
But the problem is, if you fed too big of a branch in there too fast, it would jam the cutter, and there's no back off. If that thing stalls, you have to take apart half the side and pry it back so you can get the log jammed out of there. Because there's no additional flywheel to keep it rotated, or at least to help get it going. So you're essentially trying to start up the entire chopper.
Yeah.
Where did he get it again?
It was like it was like Temu or Amazon, something like that. I don't remember.
I was looking at the Temu sawmill.
There.
Sawmill.
There's that guy's channel. That's what I've been kind of like contemplating about getting, instead of spending the $30,000 or $40,000 for a piece of equipment. It's like a third of the cost.
Oh yeah, with those little mini skids.
Yeah, but you still got to pay for the shipping. The shipping's kind of pricey, but still, it brings that price way down. Now, if you can find a dealer here that does that, that'll probably help with some of the costs.
Yeah, I'm assuming the yellow one's the $13,000 one, and that blue one's
Yeah.
the $34,000 one.
No, that'd be the dish, which would be like the $30,000 to $40,000 one.
I mean, that's not a bad little thing, but the problem is if you got bad knees, you are going to be screwed on that.
They actually
Yeah,
make
I'm looking at that right now. That's not too bad for that. Oh, Jesus Christ, that green one's even smaller than the yellow one.
It's very stiff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if there's peanut butter in here too.
Bomb light.
Remember it being softer.
That is interesting. Chinese stump grinder. Oh, you can even add a stump grinder on that.
Oh, you got stump grinder. There's all kinds of stuff you can get for them.
What's the brand name?
One's Balm Light. I can't see the other one. It's Our Life to Trees or some shit like that. Oh, he's got his channel logo on her. That's why. You'll have to look at the link there, Colin. He's got the.
It says direct loaders in the.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
guys.
That's Alibaba kind
Which
of.
is the same thing as Wish
Yeah, pretty much, essentially.
and AliExpress.
Yes, wood splitter is good. I have one of those, homemade one that'll split damn near anything. Got to make a. I think we got to. Me and my pops got to make a little bit of a tweak on there to make it work a little better. But yeah, I've split 36-inch rounds on that thing. Mind you, getting a 36-inch round on there's a pain in the ass. Because goddamn, that thing weighs a ship ton. You're looking at a 36-inch round of log, a foot thick, about 120 pounds, give or take. And that's dry, 100% dry. It's sitting in my yard for 4 years, drier than dirt. Drier than the bricks that they use to make the freaking pyramids. But that thing still weighed about 120 pounds. Got about shit. To be honest, that thing completely split. One ring was enough for an entire solid night of burning a fireplace.
Really?
Oh yeah, you're talking something like 20 plus 30, 20 to 30 plus little sections of 1 foot log. All right.
All right, Des.
Be well, Des. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank
Glad
you.
you could make it. We will see you on the next one. Be well, be safe, and happy Saturday, and hopefully a happy Sunday.
I
Yeah.
get to do my first sleep in the real bed in 2 days.
There's no such thing as 70 acres for cheap unless there's dirt on it and no electricity and water.
Or it's just a big pond.
I would like a pond on mine, but at the same time, I would like an active pond that, has cycled water through it so it's not stale and gross.
There's
It
this
has
story.
inflow and outflow. Yeah.
There was a book that was written a long time ago about this family who got conned into buying an acre of land, and the con man sold them the lake. And the very next day, it was so hot he had evaporated the entire lake and left all the mud and stuff behind. It turns out, with all the years that thing's been stuff in it, made it the most fertile ground in the world. Whatever he planted on it, it could grow the next day. Fully grown.
No, yeah,
I
the
think
amount of
it was
fish
really cool, though.
composted there.
Well, it was interesting to see, book to read, and it was gardening related, so I might get a kick out of it. But it's a kid's storybook, young adults type thing. I haven't read it in over 20 years.
That's it, 245. That's all your property's worth. I'm on a third of an acre. My property's worth that much, and half of it's dirt.
Depending on where
Land
you are.
down here is stupid expensive, and the sad part is this is one of the cheapest areas to live in. Like there's a empty lot, like a minute and a half up the street. Actually not even a minute, it's like 30 seconds up the street, and they want $200K for that. And it's dirt lot, has electricity and water, backed up against a ditch, and it's like a half an acre. And they want $200K for it.
That's too much.
Yeah, the problem is nobody knows, like, who owns it. That lot, since I was a kid, that lot has been empty. I want a minimum of 5 acres, and I found it. And me and Jason were talking about that, and they only wanted like $10K for it. I could have paid that off day one. on the country though, but come on, Travis, you can get way more than that in the country with way more acreage. Especially if you're on 3 acres. If you're 3 acres in the country, that should be at least 400. At least 400. Cat, what is going on outside? I know it ain't windy because I can hear the wind. Surprised Johnny hasn't popped in yet. She usually pops in every once in a while. Jenny, if this man leans back too far, go over there and poke him in the titty because it'll keep him awake.
No, I'm actually researching that book I was trying to tell you about.
I was about ready to say, get over there and make him name 5 candy bars or whistle.
Yeah, right? He wasn't moving for a second. I thought he fell asleep because that's usually what happens. He leans back and he's done.
I have to sit with my leg, my knee and everything above my heart. So I'm sitting in my recliner right now.
Yeah, I know, Drop, you live in a much richer environment or better area than I do, but 3 acres for 245 with a house on it and a good garden? I think they're lowballing you on that one. That should at least be 400. Oh, house, the flatmates have returned. You know, I haven't seen tonight Rob. Neither of them. I haven't seen either Rob today. I haven't seen Single B and Double B.
Okay, I got the book. I'm not gonna give you the link. I'm just gonna post the title.
Three tall tales. I was like 3 tales.
You know, the thing is that, like I said, the pond evaporated and ended up being the best farm land he's ever had.
If I bought an acre and a quarter of the acre was water, I would honestly probably be extremely ecstatic.
I can't remember when the
Just due to the fact that I'd have a quarter of an acre of water. Now, mind you, there's nothing saying that you can't put water or make a water feature on your property.
Well, we got a water feature on ours.
Yeah, every time it rains.
No, we actually have about 10 feet of the little boggy creek here.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Where do you think all my fishing videos are?
Yeah, usually
on your
like
computer.
10 minutes from house.
No, not even 10 minutes. We're just maybe 10 minutes if I slept halfway there. No, I'm only like 100 steps away.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's right, because you got that's right. That creek does run through the backside of
And
the
I have to wind through the forest to get to it. It's not just a straight shot.
I got this in finally.
I thought you've had that in.
No. The other one was a sea fishing reel. This is the actual bow fishing reel. 200-pound test.
I somehow feel like 50-pound test spider wire would be stronger than what's in that reel right now.
Well, I wouldn't know because I've never shot one of these before. So this is going to be an interesting. Oops, sorry.
I would hate to buy a reel just to shoot it. Like that seems kind of like counterproductive.
Uh-huh. No, I haven't had a chance to put it on my pole and shoot my arrows out with it on there and everything. But I just came in today.
Ugh. So, Jason, are you planning on doing corn on the in that square again this year or not?
In that planter?
No, not in the planter. In the patch that you had it like 2 years ago. Between the properties, that big old dirt square.
That's mostly grass now again.
Wow, the grass took it over that fast.
Oh yeah, it did it. It did it last year.
Jesus, that was a solid patch of dirt.
Oh yeah.
I guess you're gonna have to buy a buttload of cardboard and stick that on top of there, and then about 8 inches of mulch on top
I'm
of
not doing much of garden this year, unfortunately, because my taxes got taken up for the vehicle.
Yep.
They had to redo the whole steering rack and pinion and AC on the van before it seized up the engine.
I still gotta go file my damn time. My stuff's all sitting right here. I've been super lazy. Super lazy. It's good. You're gonna have to have a lot of it though. Pound for pound, you're probably better off getting straw, which I know there's a ton of gardeners out there that are going to disagree with me saying that straw doesn't hold as much water as certain other things and blah, blah, blah. I'll take the straw over a lot of the other stuff because it's a heck of a lot cheaper.
Well, no, it blocks the sun from hitting the soil, heating it up, and evaporating.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the same thing if you get the small chip mulch.
Yeah.
But you do have to. The biggest problem when you get the smaller stuff is you do have to worry about the wind. If you've got a good, if you, let me start this again in English. If you have an area that has a lot of wind, it will tend to blow the mulch off of your planters. I have that problem every year. Yeah, you can grow potatoes in straw. You can grow carrots in straw. I mean, you can pretty much grow anything in straw. You got a thick enough layer. Potatoes is one of the better things to grow in straw just because it holds the moisture and the potatoes basically have a spot to grow and they'll decompose the straw as they go.
Yeah, if you're going to be using natural products for mulch, remember, as that stuff is decomposing, it's going to be robbing your soil of nitrogen to help break it down. So you do have to give it a little bit of extra.
Every time you say decomposing, I keep on thinking of that joke about the two musicians from the 1700s.
Oh, sitting in their coffins? Yeah.
Decomposing, yeah. Right, erasing their everything.
Terrible. That's terrible. 100% terrible.
It was just one of those things.
If you want to help stuff decompose faster without robbing the stuff, throw some mushroom compost in there.
Yeah.
Or some mycelium. If you can get some mycelium spores or whatnot, throw some of that, mix that into some soil, and throw that in there. The mycelium will actually break that stuff down faster without actually robbing your plant of a lot of the nutrients.
No, I haven't seen her in 2 weeks? Mallory?
I haven't seen or heard from her in a while myself.
She was last time she was on here. She was
2 weeks ago
fishing with a buddy who were with her boyfriend.
They were ice fishing.
Yeah, no, Mal's doing fine. She's just currently, because of where she's at, she's doing a lot more on her massage therapy thing. So she's working on that. Still working on getting the her location, her house squared away, or the house where she's at, where she's staying. She is still working on the eco village. As far as I know, she's still waiting on the damn permits to start building, which I know for a fact is starting to piss her off because it's been over a year now, year and a half, that they still have not given her the permit to start building. She's got the well in. The well's doing fantastic, producing a ton of water for her.
I saw her dig that well. I thought it was pretty cool.
That well's like 15, 20 feet deep.
Not very deep. It doesn't have to be.
Well, shit, she's using a 3-foot culvert pipe. You once you hit the water table, that's all you need. You just got to go about a foot down, and that thing will just fill itself up with water.
Depending on how much water you want to draw off of it, too.
Oh, she's getting a lot of water out of that thing.
So she went down pretty deep then, huh?
She's only I think 15 or 20 feet down.
Yeah, my well here is only 18 feet deep.
And she said it took almost 3 days to drain that thing with a 3-foot culvert pipe.
Yeah, I've been thinking about dropping another one in here in a 4-inch pipe.
You gonna make another well?
Well, the well I have is only a 2-inch in diameter, and I can barely get, a 1-inch down there with a foot valve, and I can't draw much out of it because it doesn't fill as fast because it's such a small casing.
What size are you planning on going up to?
4-inch.
I thought a lot of them nowadays are 4-inch. Yours is probably the exception.
It's old. Like I said, I believe it used to be a windmill,
Oh, okay, that makes
so
sense.
it was a slow pump, but it pumped 24/7.
Well, you got to figure it that before then they weren't, using a crud ton of water like we use nowadays.
Yeah, I'm thinking about. Like I said, I just don't want to hear a compressor running all the time, just to bubble air up like a percolator.
We had when we were at our old place in Osceola, that was the first time we've ever had a actual working well on our land that we had to pump out of.
Yeah, like I said, I like to get a jet well or just a direct draw, but the casing is not big enough to recover in time.
Oh.
I just suck the water out, then I get an air bubble in there, stop running, burn up a motor.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of that. The minute you get that air bubble in there, it just goes.
No, like I said, most of the time the water level here is about 18 to 24 inches.
If you got to go 5,000 feet to get water, you in the wrong goddamn location.
They probably didn't witch up the water either first to find out where it's at.
5,000 feet. That is a long ass ways down.
Oh no, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna trash pump, hook it up to the little creek, and just push the sand out of the way and just sink that whole thing at one time.
Right.
Are you going to use a culvert like she did, or are you going to do something different?
No, just a 4-inch Schedule 40. Only need 2 pieces.
Yeah, because those are usually what, like 15, 20 feet long?
10 feet.
Yeah, you got some short ass pipe over there.
I might try to do 25, just so I have enough recovery.
Still, even at 2,000 feet, where are you at that you have to dig 2,000 feet to hit water? Like, I have never seen anybody anywhere have to dig a well more than like 200 feet before they hit water. And even 200 feet. My property's 180 feet from one end to the other.
Homestead Rescue in Arizona.
Oh yeah, there's a place in Arizona you got to go that deep.
That's still 200 feet, but not 2,000 feet.
Yeah.
So is this going to be for just a house well kind of thing, Jason?
For me, no, it's for the yard.
Okay, so you didn't have to be a big well.
Crazy. I'm not digging 2,000 feet.
Yeah, I only have to go like 25.
Ow, 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 shit, cramp. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that almost killed me.
I'm just looking at the price of what it costs to do wells in your area, Jason. $9,000 to $20,000.
Yeah, like I said, all I need is a trash pump, some hoses, some connectors, and force it down the pipe and push the pipe down at the same time.
So you're going to dig one yourself then?
Yeah.
All he's got to do is go out there and dig a 3-foot trench from the ditch to his house and just drop a pipe in there.
No, that water is about 10 feet lower than the house.
Yeah, we still only got to go 3 feet. Oh yeah, no, the drops that I know. The farther they drill, the more it costs. But
or the type of rock they have to punch through.
Are you on septic too?
I'm all sand and clay here.
No. Do you have a septic system?
Yes, I'll be far enough away from that.
Okay.
even Colorado, Colorado's all mountain regionous areas. Even
Like I said, I'm not using it for drinking. I'm using it for irrigation.
As
I'm
long
on-
as it's
I'm
not
city
toxic water, you're good.
Yeah, I'm on city water.
Yeah, well, that right there, Drops, is the reason why you talk to all the neighbors before you buy property in that area. Because most of anywhere you buy property, if anybody has a well on it, all you got to do is ask a couple of people,
You
how
can go to
far did
county
you have
record.
to dig before you hit water?
You can
Or
also
drill
go.
before you hit water. And they
You can also
usually
go to,
tell you.
yeah, you can actually go to county records too to get it.
So if your average depth is 200 feet, that's
You're
probably only going to cost you between 5 and 10,000. Which, to get water is not that bad. Now, the only consideration on that is how wide do you want your well? Do you want a 4-inch well, 6-inch well, 12-inch well?
And how you going to power it? You can do solar setup, a regular plug-in setup, or even just wind setup.
I would, at that point, you might probably consider doing a solar well pump, but at the same time, it ain't going to do jack squat on a cloudy day or during the winter. So at that point, you might have to do back. If you did backup, you might just run. If you do a pump house, you might just throw a generator in the pump house to run that on the pump house.
Well, or you could just put in a wind turbine again. Windmill.
Windmills don't work in the wintertime.
Yeah, they do.
In Denver, well, I mean, you get the occasional wind here, but
in Iowa, yeah, they do.
yeah, in Iowa maybe because you're all flat down there.
We're not flat. Kansas is flat.
No, Montana is flat.
In some places.
Yeah, trust me, I drove through the Black Hills area. That place is flatter than a sheet of paper.
Yeah,
North
something you
Dakota
saw in the
still-
distance, not 1 mile away from you. It's like 10 miles down the road.
There's a reason why that is labeled the Big Sky State, because there ain't jack squat blocking your vision for miles.
Yeah, how many ski resorts are in Iowa?
Quite we wouldn't call it resorts, but we do have places we can ski. No, I can't tell you exact number, Bo. I know there's at least 5.
Montana's flat.
No, half of Montana is flat. Looks just like the Dakotas.
Some of the
Which
areas
one?
that I drove through Montana were flatter than shit. It's like trying to drive across Australia on that one stupid road.
Yeah.
We all know what road that is. We don't want to drive it because that's basically a straight line for like 500 miles. Fall asleep on it.
What they need to do is put those rumble strips in, like music, like that one Marine Corps base did. It plays.
I drove through Montana. I went from South Dakota through Montana back down toward Denver.
Southern Saskatchewan is
That
flat.
shit flat. No. Well, you know who I haven't seen tonight either is Jean-Marc.
Yeah.
Was he supposed to be here?
No,
Sometimes.
here's the thing. Nobody is technically supposed to be here. If people show up, they show up. But these are all the people that have, come to, join me on my previous lives before, and I enjoy talking to everybody.
Yeah, it's not 10 o'clock yet. Jean-Marc's not up yet.
He's Canadian. His ass has been awake probably for the last 8 hours.
Oh, I thought he was over in Europe.
No, as far as I'm pretty sure he's Canadian. The only one that I know from Europe would be Lily, but I guarantee she ain't never gonna pop up on my channel.
She's Austrian, isn't she?
Same difference.
Tell that to her.
The funny thing is, she's actually one of the most published Austrians in her area because of the stuff that she does.
And she's really, really, well, she's young. That makes helps, I guess.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she's just very crafty, creative, but she does have a lot of knowledge. I watch her channel, but like Zach's channel, Grace knows exactly what I'm talking about. She gets a little too political when you start doing a lot of the politics on an outdoor channel. My interest goes from here to wiping my butt. I'm sorry. That is just how it is. If you get to, you're an outdoor channel. Politics should have nothing to do with any of that.
Tell it to the rangers up in, I believe, Yellowstone that hung the flag upside down.
They probably did that on purpose just to mess with people.
No, the reason they did it because they got fired. The Rangers got fired.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I believe it was like 4,200 Rangers got fired.
Yeah, well, when all of the parks and recs start catching on fire, and more tourists get gored by buffaloes because they're stupid, we all know who's at fault on that one. Not the government, not the Rangers. It's the people who fired them.
No, the people who got too close to the fluffy cows. They know better.
By the way, Jason, are we going to be doing that again for 2025?
I don't know. Like I said, I hardly got any information this year. I mean, I think there might have been like 3.
I think that maybe means that last year people actually learned not to piss off the freaking 4,000-pound cow.
Yes. Either that or they're suppressing it.
Oh, more than likely.
Nah, we know full well they don't suppress stuff like that because there are far too many people out there with cameras recording the dumb shit people do in forestry services.
Yeah, even though I watch Turons of Yellowstone, I haven't hardly seen anything from it this year.
Maybe we got lucky.
I don't know.
It already had nothing to do with cutbacks.
Yeah, no, like I said, there was probably so much other bullshit that was going on in the news. It just didn't get through. And I was looking too.
All right, well, I'm done with that drink. I'm not going to have another one.
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm actually not. That's my second one. The only thing I'm going to drink probably tonight is water. Nope. I'm not having it. I got to go to work tomorrow, and I've had a crappy day, and for the last 4 days, I've just felt not myself.
We drove like 122 miles from the hospital today.
Goddamn, where'd you drive? To freaking Utah? Sorry, Utah's way farther than that. My bad.
No, it's like
Illinois?
northern Iowa. Place called Clarion.
Good Lord. I thought they were doing this procedure in Osceola or somewhere around there, or Des Moines.
Above, way above.
Jesus.
And I got to go back next Monday to have them look at my stitches and stuff.
No, it's always chaotic when POTUS thinks that he's the freaking king of the world because he's got a complex. That's the big reason. But we're not going to do politics.
And that is his rant for the day, folks. It is now done.
That is my rant. Because apparently now free speech is not so free, and speaking your mind can have freaking repercussions. Took me a second to process the word. My brain is. But yeah, let's go back to happy, positive gardening and outdoor chatting. I guess me and Jason will try to keep track of how many dum-dums get gored by buffaloes or other.
You guys start working on that one. I just happened to mention what happened there.
Yeah.
It wasn't a tiny flag either. It was like one of those really big, giant ones.
All right, take care, CR. Be well, be safe. Have a good one. Teleport.
Yeah, like I said, I've been looking for those headlines and nowhere near as many as there was the year before.
Yeah, even I was looking for that stuff last year, and there was like a handful. I could count them on one hand.
Oh, the incidents with the animals.
Yeah. Usually, majority of this stuff happens in either Canada, northern Colorado, or freaking Wyoming. Because Colorado has moose, we have buffalo, Wyoming has all of the above, and the majority of the attacks are in Canada because these people insist on pissing off freaking moose. No! That thing is like 9 feet tall from the ground to the top of its antlers. Don't piss it off.
Yeah, or even elk.
God, don't piss off elk either. That's A freaking bull elk is up to
Yeah,
1,800 pounds. That'll trample you and gore you to.
Yeah, that's 5 feet of horns.
Yeah, that's 5 feet of pissed off.
No, that's just the horns, not including the feet. But yeah, like I said, I looked and looked and looked.
And
Not even there's hardly any mountain lion attacks this year either.
Heh.
Very slim.
Somebody is censoring the internet about Yellowstone.
yeah, USG.
Because it's saying that Yellowstone National Park has not had a single buffalo deal in 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, honky.
last year when somebody was killed there.
Yeah, it's somebody's
No. Year
changing.
before. Year before.
That's the biggest load of honky squad I've ever heard. Because Jason's been doing this for like the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
There was like 3 people the year before in 2023 that got gored by buffalo.
She did not make it. Was it last year when that little kid went flying?
The one with the where the buffalo sent the dog to like Mars because the dog ran over there because the lady didn't want to keep him on leash, and then it got sent to freaking Mars because, yeah, you really thought a 40-pound dog was going to be a challenge to a freaking 2,000-pound cow with horns.
Would that be an armored cow?
Kind of hard to say on that one. Yes, it's got a thick
soft cow.
layer of freaking
Soft
fur,
cow.
but
There you go.
it's still at the same time. All that thing would have had to done is just do this with its foot, and that dog would have been squashed into the ground.
It's back to gardening.
Yeah, no, moose are freaking huge. Like, literally, moose are huge. I would not. I've seen those things running in the middle of water. And you know, in the middle of a stream, that stuff's usually 6 feet deep.
Yeah,
And those things are running through it like it's dry pavement.
Yeah, you got those log legs,
Yeah.
and they will cave in a hood of a cab of a car or a truck in a heartbeat.
Oh, well, no, they'll decapitate everything because you hit it. All you're hitting is leg, but the rest of the body comes through the front windshield. That's where all the weight is. You
Yeah.
cut the legs off a moose roughly at the belly. You're what, maybe 50 pounds, 60 pounds worth of meat right there, but the rest of the weight's antlers and the body. Like, no thank you. God almighty. Obstacle, could you imagine if moose had herds? Jesus Christ, the devastation. I would run for the hills at mock Jesus if I saw a herd of moose coming anywhere. Even
I thought when
walk-
I was going up to South Dakota for one of my training sessions, and we had buffalo blocking the highway there for over an hour and a half. We could not move.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, you don't piss off moose. Things you don't piss off: bears, moose, mountain lions, and what's the last one?
Chihuahuas.
Elk and
Chihuahuas.
freaking armored cows, bison, or whatever. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't want to piss off a bighorn sheep either. Because
They're usually gone when they see you before you see them. They're gone.
yeah, but I would still not want to piss off a bighorn sheep because that thing's gonna still sit at about 5 feet tall and
At
hit
the
you like a
shoulder.
bulldozer.
That's at the shoulder.
Yeah, they'll hit you like a bulldozer. I still do not want to get hit with one of those. It's like it's a 4-legged tank.
I'm gonna piss off a donkey. How much attitude?
Oh yeah, no, moose is not easy. Moose is not easy to take down.
Now that makes me wonder, though, as what the pioneers did to get that, be able to take those down.
There's
Oh.
usually about 4 of them shooting at the damn thing all at once.
No, 68 caliber muzzle velocity for muzzle loader.
Or
It takes
elephant
them.
gun.
It takes them. I
I can
wonder.
only imagine what somebody was using if they used like a punt gun for one of those things.
No, I'm wondering what the Zeus would do to them.
Ooh.
What's that one?
72 caliber at around about 900 feet per second.
And how much does it cost?
Ounce and a half.
A lot. If I'm mistaken, that's considered an elephant gun. Is the Zeus is what, an elephant gun?
No, it's an air gun.
I don't know about that.
Produces about over 5,000 foot-pounds of energy. Big old giant 72 caliber slug, basically a 12 gauge slug.
Might piss it off, but depends on where you hit it.
Plus an extra half an ounce.
It's a 32 inches.
What, the Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like what, 30.
I'm looking at a website that's saying it's 32 inches.
Yeah, it's a good bore.
They get them. You can get them into 58 caliber as well as 72 caliber,
Yes, the Zeus.
and it weighs 11.6 pounds.
Yeah,
It's heavy.
it is.
And max pressure is 4,500 psi or 300 bar.
You got to remember when the settlers were hunting deer, they were actually dropping the deer.
It doesn't have a muzzle brake.
How the heck does a Great Dane call in a pissed off moose? And 300 Win Mag, 5K a second, that's a lot of freaking rounds.
I've seen somebody call in a deer with one of those rubber chickens.
Doesn't even sound the same as a deer.
No, they're curious about what the noise is.
It's like the grunting. It makes the grunting noise, but he uses the rubber chicken.
I can understand that one if you do it in certain intervals, but at the same time, a rubber chicken's like stepping on a cat.
Yeah, but it's been done. He proved that it could be done. He's got a video on it.
Yeah, I've grown up around Great Danes.
My sister had a Great Dane.
Moose hate everything. You fart outside on your porch in Canada and a damn moose trying to run you over. No, well, so you gotta specify that drops. According to the last statement, it spurts out 5K a second. So to me, that's like $5,000 in bullets every second. You gotta clarify,
least.
man.
At
Clarify.
least, yeah. Specifics, right?
Yes. Just a little bit more detail before you hit the enter button. Thought I was off center for some reason. But yes, so I guess technically you could technically garden. I mean, if you garden, you're gonna bring in moose. I mean, shit, look at Sean in Alaska. He's got freaking chickens and the damn moose keep popping over his chicken coop to try to eat the damn chicken feed.
One of the episodes of Homestead Rescue, they happened to deal with that. Moose coming up to their house, just tearing down their fence to get to their garden.
He wasn't even tearing down the fence. Full-grown mother moose just walking literally one leg, other leg, back legs, right over the fence.
Oh, they just run it over.
Sean's got his fence at like 6 or 7 foot high, and the moose just walking over it like it's not even there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just push it right down.
They changed she was using wooden posts. They changed it to metal ones. And they added a small electric wire. Could give them a shock.
Now, on the side of the Charger, did it have a cow that was upside down and on fire?
I don't know.
I was about to ask you. You remember that one I sent you the other day?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
died
god!
laughing.
I listened to that like 3 times. It just kept getting
I
funnier.
still got it. It's funny as heck. I found out that is about a couple years old.
That is still fun. This is what happens when you decide to be stupid and ground wire your electric fence.
Yeah.
But here's the good thing. I bet you it supercharged that dude, and everywhere after that, he was just like, I'm going at turbo speed. Wait. How does a moose like the sound of a chainsaw? Usually anything that hears that goes the opposite direction. Not unless you buy subsonic rounds, which you're also spending like $500 to $1,000 a round, if not more. But first off, who has an anti-tank rifle shooting subsonic rounds?
You'd be amazed what you can do with subsonic rounds.
Yeah.
That was that episode of Homestead Rescue came out in 2020. It's called Moose Mayhem.
If I had subsonic rounds, do you know how many C-130s would not be making it to the airport? I'm just saying.
You blow their tires out?
Hell no! I'm never. We're you know what? We're not going to go there because I live way too damn close to the airport, and I do not want the FDA, the FAA, the CIA, and the FBI knocking on my door, and be like, "Hey, we heard you were talking about." Bro, all I got is a 22 pump air rifle. I ain't gonna do shit to a C-130. Especially at that altitude, that might scratch the paint, if that. So basically, they go for the fallen tree leaves because all the tree leaves aren't freaking 60 feet in the air; they're like 3 feet off the ground.
But they lost more of their potency or vitamins that are in the leaves because they're dried out.
It's all the leaves and the young sprouts or the young.
Yeah, they actually prefer the algae.
Moose are aggressive regardless of whether or not they have a calf. They're more aggressive. A mother moose is more aggressive if it has a calf. But moose are just aggressive in general. They are the stilted a-holes of North America and Canada.
With portable shields and armory on their heads.
You know what would really be funny? I would just love to see a combat method or a combat scenario between a freaking a moose and a freaking mountain goat. And I'm not talking I'm talking like the Rocky Mountain goats, like them big ass freaking sheep.
Let me see here.
Like it was like, who's gonna win? The guy that's 8 foot tall or the dude that's ramming at him at like 30 miles an hour with a freaking bulldozer head? Oh yeah, you have to on that one. Drops. A freaking moose is heavy. You're looking at what, 2,000 plus pounds of freaking meat?
Tasty.
I have actually had moose.
It's
I
way
have
better.
had buffalo. I have also had elk and deer.
Moose is my favorite.
I actually, to be dead honest, I prefer buffalo. Buffalo is actually like surprisingly, it's very lean meat.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I like the moose because it's actually like a sweeter type of meat.
Yeah, just walk around with a 30-06. They're obstacle.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's about 2,000 pounds. Give or take. But yeah, that's still a lot of... It's funny how this thing went from straight gardening to the last like 30 minutes of just talking about out moose and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Cliff, check this out.
I've checked it.
Oh, no, you haven't.
I mean, I've had... The thing is, I've had elk heart and I've had deer. I do not like the taste of elk heart because to me it tastes exactly like liver. I gotta post more stuff over here. Yes, exactly.
That's the largest one ever found or caught.
Yeah. You imagine that ramming into a freaking elk, even though elk has an antler rack the size of a freaking bulldozer like scoop. So like
Going to
who's
bed?
gonna win on that one? Bighorn sheep like that or a freaking moose?
Just clear out that spot on my side where Craig's
What
gonna come.
wide rack? Yeah, I'm not a fan of liver anymore. I cannot stomach the stuff.
It needs a lot of butter.
30-06 will take down the moose. You got hit right in the spine,
Okay, no.
Probably.
Oh no,
or right in the heart.
If anybody asks.
Might need 2 rounds, but it'll do it.
it's empty.
Sorry about it being backwards.
Left-handed Zebco 808.
No, here's the thing. This is what I was doing when you see me. I was swapping the crank from one side to the other where I can do it my way, left-handed.
I think the only thing a 30-06 won't take down is an alligator or a crocodile unless you hit it right in that one stupid 25-cent size spot.
Yeah, right
I
behind
do
the.
not think that's going to take down a bear because that's just going to piss off a bear and an elephant.
Well, the thing is, if they're going to be rams doing that, they're trying to protect the little ones. The big, they'll be ganged on really quickly.
Nope, actually a 30-06 will not take down a hippo or a rhino. This I know for a fact because people have tried.
What about the
Bear
4-bore?
took one down with a bow.
The which one?
The 4-bore.
If you're looking at a 4-barrel 30-06,
No, 4-bore. That's the size of it.
I think I saw a Canadian Mountie riding a moose once.
That was a cartoon.
that might do it. Wait, isn't that essentially the freaking elephant round on that?
Bigger than that.
Yeah, that might actually do it. Oh my god. The description on this is so stupid. The specifications place this caliber between the larger 2-bore and the smaller 6-bore. No freaking duh. It's a 4-bore. So that's bigger than a 5-bore, smaller than a 6-bore. Ugh. It hurts.
Put it up; they'll be coming for you with that.
Was your brain just got? Was your brain hurting right there?
Oh god, reading that description, I just had a small aneurysm.
What? Which one?
God damn, that was so stupid.
What?
Tell you weren't listening.
I'm only listening half the time because of my freaking ears.
I looked up the description of a 4-bore.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, I hate when this is what it told me. A 4-bore or a 4-bore is a black powder caliber of the 19th century used for hunting of large, potentially dangerous game animals. This is the kicker that gave me a brain aneurysm. The specifications place this caliber between the larger 2-bore and the smaller 6-bore rifles. No freaking shit. That's like telling me a 4 gauge is smaller than a 12 gauge, but bigger than a 1 gauge. Like, small brain aneurysm just reading that description. It's got like 6 sides on the outside. So does that mean it's got 4 sides on the inside? All right, night, Cecilia. Be well, be safe. Have a good one, and I will see you next week.
I may try going on tomorrow night. Most of the day.
I will take an armor-piercing 50 cal round any day of the week. Mind you, you're probably looking at $100 a round, if not more per round. So yeah,
So it's more like $15 to $10 a round.
for an armor piercing 50 cal round.
The black tip, yeah.
You remember
If-
Tremors? I think it was
if you buy it
Tremors
in bulk.
3.
I love that elephant gun he had in his basement.
Yeah, which he used 2 rounds on in that freaking thing that busted in his wall. But no, when he was in Mexico and he used the anti-tank rifle, it blasted a hole through a barrel, a cinder block wall, an engine, and some other things, just to explode a freaking ass blaster. Is that $450 a round, or is that $4.50 a round? But no, out of all of that stuff, nothing beats a minigun. I'm sorry to say. Yes, you can shoot 5 miles with an anti-tank rifle, but it's hard to shoot when you're turned into Swiss cheese because of a minigun. Mind you, walking around with all that ammo is going to suck butt. And you're going to go through all of it in about 10 seconds. $4.50.
Oh, the prices come down. Wow.
I got a picture of one of those 4-bore rounds, Cliff.
Yeah, I had. That's why I Googled it, because I wanted to know what it is. It's a big round. It's like shooting a hot dog. Yeah, I'm not going to put that up, by the way. It's like shooting a hot dog.
I just think it's weird.
Yeah,
There you
it's a big
There you go.
freaking round.
There you go, Cliff. Take a look at that one.
The 950 JDJ. That's essentially a punt gun. Jesus Christ.
They're all punt guns.
It looks like a cross between a shotgun and... Is that a 6-barrel? Or is that just the way it looks?
Look at the round.
Yeah, it's a freaking huge round. Oh, okay. So that I thought that's an air brake on that one, or a suppressor.
Yeah.
God, that is a mess. That's like shooting a freaking sausage link.
Oh,
Like,
it's probably
that's a
more than
huge
that.
ass round, 3,600 grain projectile. God damn.
Yeah. 0.950 of an inch in diameter.
Yeah, nearly, and you might as well call it an inch at that point. Good Lord, they got it sitting next to a 20-ounce or is that a 2-liter? No, that's a 2-liter. That thing is freaking massive.
There's your round to take down a moose.
Yeah, at like 5 miles. That's almost essentially what they would stick in a freaking grenade launcher. Oh my God, can you imagine that now, that round in a grenade launcher? Jesus freaking Christ.
Yeah. Can you imagine the
All
kick
you
on
hear is
that?
boop, huh, boop, huh.
Yeah, that's one of Kentucky Ballistic's favorite rifle. But I've known that round for 10 years. They only made 5 rifles.
Do you need help, man?
Gee, I wonder why.
Because it's expensive. $200 a shot.
Ouch.
Better make that shot count.
Yeah, you better make that shot count.
Okay.
Whew. And the funny thing is, this is all stuff we should be talking on this guy's channel
Yeah, I know.
for Wednesdays.
I don't know why I find that
Hey,
stuff.
night, everybody, hon.
It's got to be the science behind it.
Maybe.
Hi, guys.
Good night,
Good
Jenny. Have a good one. I still really wish my younger self would have spent the $1,500 on a 50 cal BMG when I was like in my 20s. Because
would've
them
been
freaking rifles are expensive now.
I would have been happy with my dad's double barrel 20 gauge.
That would have been a nice one.
2 triggers.
At the penny.
Good night, obstacle.
Oh no, I think he was saying goodnight to Jenny.
Oh. No, I'm about ready to take off here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I'll probably go another 4 minutes, or we're gonna hit the bottom of the hour, and then I'm gonna end it.
Alrighty.
So I can sit here and pretend that I don't exist and have to go to work tomorrow because I really don't want to. There is not a single day this week that I have woke up and wanted to go to work.
When's the last time you took some time off just for you?
Chops is probably thinking about that 20 millimeter anti-tank rifle from the World War II.
When was the last time I went to Iowa?
Really?
I don't take vacation time.
I set a personal day, just just be you without
My
having to go.
personal days are my days off. I don't take personal days because people are too unreliable in the industry I work in. If I'm not there, nobody's there. Because I hate to say it, the entire 95% of the entire 2000s generation is useless. There are the exceptions. I said majority, 95% of the 2000s generation is useless.
My daughter's doing really good too.
She's
wonder
not
how
a
much,
2000 kid though.
Huh?
I'm thinking in my head, how much would a 30 mic kick?
What?
A 30 mic would kick.
That's like asking me how much wood a woodchuck could how much wood can a woodchuck have
The
wood-
same round that the Warthog uses in the Avenger. If that was in a bolt action rifle.
Jesus Christ, you're looking at what? Inch and a quarter, inch and a half round,
That's
and
a
like
30 millimeter.
6 inches long.
It's like shoving a Coke bottle into a breach, shooting it.
Imagine if that bastard was around.
That's exactly that's how big that shell is.
I think this Mythbusters shot one out of a mini cannon, one of those.
That's essentially what that is. That's a 2-inch round. I'd hate to get hit by that.
I'm not sure what they did. I know it pretty much disintegrated on impact.
What engine in that vehicle? There's no engine in that vehicle anymore.
No vehicle anymore.
Jason, just imagine 2-inch shell, but that's all buckshot.
I already know.
It'd be anything in front of it would be shredded to death.
I shot it at that wall. What wall are you talking about? Exactly.
You got to see what a steel ball does to a water heater. Actually, 2 of them.
They did that on Mythbusters.
No, I've
Jason did that
done
with
it.
his buddy.
Yep. And it still went 3 feet into the sand. And that was at a 40% load.
Oh yeah, exactly. You would be disintegrated. That'd be like getting hit with every round of a minigun all at the exact same time over a 3-foot broad spectrum.
Yeah, I can get that.
Bird.
That would suck some serious balls. And you even if you used 1/4-inch ball bearings, you would just be disintegrated. You'd be nothing but a mass of organs and spatter.
Okay,
You'd be like with a grenade.
this is a stupid question for you, Cliff. What would you think if we filled up one of those things for instead of with the ball bearings, not the shot it comes with, but with straight up BBs.
Devastating.
That would suck some donkey balls.
Not, I'd make sure you're not the lead ones, but like the steel or the copper ones.
Doesn't matter. BB's a BB. You can make it out of lead, plastic, rubber. It wouldn't matter.
I will tell you from experience, 20 gauge, 3-inch 4-shot. You take the shot out, you replace it with the copperhead BBs. At 30 feet, it goes through a 55-gallon drum, both sides.
What was that movie with?
Yeah, the dimes.
No. Those are even worse. They were on a bus. I think it was Speed 2 or something different, where that dude was basically like strapped a bomb on some guy, and it was basically a bunch of glass cylinders with ball bearings in it. And I can't remember the name of the movie, but basically, essentially, once that
Hancock?
what?
Was it Hancock?
No, not Hancock.
Because they had a couple of
He
robberies.
had
things
a
like that.
vest of like explosives, and he was just completely strapped all the way around with glass cylinders of like half-inch ball bearings.
Like Obstacle didn't know there was a Speed 2.
No,
Really? Obstacle? You didn't know they did a Speed 2?
No, that was.
That's with the bolt.
Yeah.
Shit.
I heard they're
No,
supposed to come up with another
movie
one.
that has the guy's exploding vest was porcelain balls in it
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
because you couldn't detect it in the machine.
No, I swear they were on a bus when they did it. Dude basically had an explosive vest, but it was like all glass cylinders, like beakers, full of like half-inch or quarter-inch ball bearings.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that movie. Oh.
No, it was the dude from Greece. I always forget. I cannot stand the actor, and I always forget.
Travolta? No.
Yeah, Travolta. It had Travolta in it.
Was the name of
I figured the random movie guy over here would actually know what the heck I'm
wasn't
talking.
the Peacekeeper, was it?
No, I'm trying to remember it myself. I've never seen something like that, but I have to remember every robbery movie that included a vest of explosives.
Oh my god!
There wasn't Broken Arrow.
No, it wasn't Peacekeeper, because that's with freaking Dolph Lundgren.
No. The Peacekeeper. I think that one's John Cena.
No, the Peacekeeper is with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, good plot, wrong actor. It wasn't Broken Arrow.
No, Broken Arrow was that wasn't it.
Okay.
Because it was
This one
supposed
be
to,
about the alien.
no, it was supposed to happen in like one of the targets was like a large city and a train station or something like that. It wasn't Phelan 123. It was something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was one of those radical movies.
Mm.
It wasn't 2012. No, that one movie is way earlier than that.
Oh, Blown Away.
Which one?
Blown Away.
Let's see.
I think.
No, that one was Jeff Bridges and Tommy Lee Jones. 94. Let's see. Nope, that ain't it. I'll remember it at some point.
Yeah.
No, that one, Blown Away, was all about solid explosives. But no, it was. God, I can't even remember like the bait. No, I don't think it was Face Off either.
Was it the Hurt Locker?
No. I remember Travolta in it, but it wasn't Face Off. Maybe it was.
Broken Arrow. He was in Broken Arrow. He was in Face Off. He was in a couple other movies.
You know, I would ask Google about that, but I don't want to get dinged.
I already did that. I don't even care.
Oh.
I'm looking for a
No,
movie.
or
Anyway.
what movie?
Nope, not that one.
No, that definitely wasn't Face Off. Yeah, I don't know. I'll remember it at some point, and then I'll like.
Yeah.
Next,
Because I remember a movie that they had the vest with the porcelain ball bearings in it because it didn't show up on X-Ray.
yeah.
I just can't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah, I can't either. But something like that is devastating. I mean, even like basically like a penny grenade or a penny bomb, as they're so-called listed. The funny thing is, one of the Fallout games for PlayStation actually had one of those things in there. But it was a cap landmine essentially.
Slow.
What about Swordfish? I believe that one had John Travolta in it too, I think.
Oh my god, I hate having to type the freaking. No, that was not it.
Man in a Bomb Fest is 2024.
Oh no, the film.
Too recent. It was like the early 2000s. I just can't remember.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I saw it once.
Still in the process of it. There, Drops.
Yep, it's slow. Everything's slowed down right now since we're trying to pay off the house early, real early.
Well,
I was only going to go for another couple more minutes, and then we got sidetracked on this random ass topic. But all right, yeah, as much as I'd love to continue, which to be honest, I don't really want to, because that guy's got to get to work in the morning. I got to get to work in the morning. This guy does not have to do jack squat other than drink some water and probably take some pain meds.
I have not done that yet. I'm supposed to do it as soon as I get done. Be ready for bed.
Yeah, well, he's not quite there yet. Drops. He will get there eventually, but that's probably
right now. I'm only on a half acre.
All right, folks. Be well, be safe. Thank you for joining me tonight on this mostly garden topic, except for the last 45 minutes, which we just completely got derailed on, which is odd because that's normally.
I just followed your guys' lead, and I was trying to keep my topic on point.
Well, I try to go back to garden, but
yeah,
with the greenhouse.
Be well, be safe. Once again, everyone, thanks for joining us. Grace, Herbert, Obstacle, Jason, Molly, CR, Cecilia, Drops, Colin, Obstacle, and
Obstacle.
I think I am CR as well, along with
Deb's here. Hey, Deb.
Of course, Deb pops up as I'm leaving. But anyways, do me a favor, guys, on the way out, hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you haven't. Be notified of previous upcoming and or whatnot videos. And I do apologize that I did not put out anything this week. I just had no motivation. My 2 days off, I had literally zero motivation to do anything outside. Didn't want to film, didn't want to work, but I forced myself to do what I could. Anyways, you all be well, be safe.
All right, get out there, kick a pig, and slap a rat.
It's going to be fun.